Talking Sheets brought to you by Canadian Power Pack. I have so many people coming up to me saying, Chris, does this solar stuff really work? The answer to that question is it really does. Imagine having a credit that you build out during the spring and summer months because of all the sunshine we get, and you don't pay a power bill. And then in the winter, use that credit to pay your power bill. How sweet is that?
That's sweet.
A Canadian Power Pack. Again, tell them Talking Sheets sent you, and they will set you up with just the best deal. They gave us a great deal, and they were far cheaper than anybody else in the market, and they did a fantastic job. And the Sunshines were solar farmers.
Solar farmers. That's what I love to. I love when you're heading back to the farm.
Exactly. So there you go. Canadian Power Pack. They power this show, and we appreciate that. If you had any idea how difficult it was to get this puppy rolling today.
Yeah. It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. It's been a long hour. Just trying to... We literally almost didn't have a podcast because of an extension cord. Not because of Canadian Power Pack, but because of an extension cord. Exactly.
The power was there. We just couldn't get it.
But we've got an epic edition coming up.
Yes. Special guests.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking sheets.
Thank you, Dan Davidson. Talking Sheets right here from the studio. And as I mentioned, the power was a bit of an issue, not the power from Canadian Power Pack, but we have this buzz going on with some of our extension cords.
Which we've had for a bit, but then we just fix it in the time, and then we've never really got to the root of the problem.
It seems to fix itself, and then we just kind of don't deal with it. But we literally have an extension cord underneath over top of a rubber crock, and we think that's what's fixed our problem.
Grounded the wires or something.
I was running around. I even went to the neighbor monks. Can you imagine when you got to go to the neighbor monks to try to get an extension cord
for your podcast? They're like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of those words mean.
He knows what that means.
Yeah, he does.
And but we're here today for an epic edition. Bailey, there was a big story in the podcast pop culture world this week.
Yeah, I mean, we are obviously a very, very important podcast here on Talking Sheets, but there was something that might have been a little bit bigger
until the release of this one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We had to match.
We had to match.
So the New Heights podcast.
Right.
Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey had maybe the biggest guest that you could ever get on a podcast in the world.
Correct.
Besides our guest today, of course.
Correct. Unless you brought Jesus back.
Taylor Swift joined her first ever podcast on New Heights with, of course, her boyfriend, Travis.
Who claims he never, ever has asked her to be on it. I call total malarkey on that.
I feel like he is too scared.
You think?
Yeah, you're like, Taylor, sweetie, could you help my little show?
Come on. He's giving her a back massage in bed, and he says, have you ever thought of doing a podcast?
I mean, it happened. However it had to happen, it happened.
Right.
And it literally broke the internet.
Yeah.
YouTube stopped. All of YouTube stopped.
Yeah.
Because there was over 1 million people streaming it at once, which is like unheard of in ever. Yeah.
And there was a couple of things that happened on that podcast, but one of the big ones was she announced that she's going to release another album because you never know if another one's coming.
Well, especially after the Eras tour. So she gave us so much.
Right.
She was touring for such a long time, all of her music. It just felt like kind of a final chapter for a while, at least in a way.
Right.
But Taylor Swift is going to Taylor Swift, and she's always got something cooking. And Life of a Showgirl comes out October 3rd.
Right.
So that's what she went on her boyfriend's podcast to announce. But on top of that, she didn't just pop in to announce it. She talked to them for 2 hours.
Which she never talks about her personal life. She talked about her dad and a quintuple bypass this summer, right?
Yeah. Mom got a knee replacement. She said it was the summer of parental upgrades.
Yeah.
I love that was your like takeaway from it when all of the headlines are like about her and Travis and her album, and you're like, her parents, man. I wonder if that's the place you're in your life.
They almost died. I am in that place.
She got so personal.
Right.
And it also just felt like she was just a girl on the pod. Like it just was, I've been a Swiftie since she started making music. And for her, I've never seen her talk that much, like in a public setting.
Yeah.
And I've never seen her talk about her personal life that much.
Right.
It was crazy. It was such a good podcast episode.
So she used her podcast to again announce the not baby coming. Whoops.
Oh my God.
Spoiler alert.
Bow, bow, bow.
I got something in my mind.
She did not announce a baby, but people did speculate she was going to announce an engagement.
It's coming though. I would think.
I
thought. Well, the engagements. I think there won't be an engagement. I think that they will come back and say they're married.
Yeah.
They can, there's no way they can do a royal wedding.
There's too much going on, and like Taylor's, they get followed everywhere as it is. It'll just be like a quiet ceremony. But the way that they look at each other on that podcast, it is game-o. It is end game. Taylor Swift end game. It was beautiful. But
all right, well, we're gonna move on from them.
Much like we were inspired by that episode.
We put our heads together and said, our
giant heads.
What can we do with our big fat heads and try to get the headlines away from them?
Yeah, we're like, we need to get on it. We need to capitalize on this podcast moment. Everyone's thinking podcast.
Epstein files and Taylor Swift, we got to get ahead of all this
We need to get a headline.
And there's only one way to do that.
Yeah.
We started this podcast when?
January.
Yeah. Who would be our most requested guest when we've asked?
We've mentioned this before, but it is between my mother, your wife, Karen.
Yeah.
People want her bad. She is not the guest today.
By the way, she is literally, I don't know what she's doing. She finished feeding us all, and now she's watching the baby.
And the two dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's too busy to do a podcast.
The baby has a birthday hangover.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's an important role. She plays a very important role in this podcast, but it's not
most important.
The most important, which is childcare.
Right.
But the second most requested guest, most likely, is Carter's Question himself.
Yeah, the one and only.
Yes.
And we tried to get him on.
Yeah. We even promoted his fundraising event. We were like, hey, you want to come on to do that? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like the one time him and I were in bed and I was giving him a massage. And I said, Carter, will you please come on the podcast?
It didn't work.
And he says, I'm not coming on the podcast. He doesn't like, it's weird because it's weird talking about him.
Yeah, because he's staring at it.
Spoiler alert. Whoa. But it's weird because he's kind of an attention
seeker.
Yeah, there was another word I was going to use.
I know, but I saved you from that.
He's kind of an attention seeker. He likes the spotlight, but he doesn't like the spotlight when his dad asked for it. And
on his own terms.
Because of the PTSD of his childhood.
Childhood trauma. Every day coming home from school, the kid is just put in a shift at kindergarten. The phone rings as soon as he gets out in the house, and it's like, get your question ready, kid. He's tired.
Think about that. Yeah, he's
tired.
He's probably done enough.
Meanwhile, I actually came up with a lot of questions.
Yeah. So without further ado, Carter's question, and more importantly,
another requested guest.
Yes.
Mostly from her friends.
Yes. She's got
and her mom.
She's got a lot of talking. She says, you're not going to warn your mom about this, so she's just going to find out about this, right? This is good. Yeah. All right. So this is for Verna and for Karen. We got their little boy and little girl.
Yes. Carter.
Well, one of her little girls anyway.
Carter Scheetz and his wife, Lesslie Scheetz, on the show.
Yeah.
There's 4 Scheetzes here for the first time ever. This is like the power of talking Scheetz.
Yeah.
This is really fun. It feels like I'm like front row. And like as a diehard Scheetz head, this is exciting.
I wanted the Jason Kelsey intro. There wasn't enough yelling and whatever happened there. I like that. Was kind of what I was hoping for. So I'm disappointed already.
At
so
the
let's
age
go.
of 3 years old, he
yes, there we go. Let's go.
Made it the #1 show on Kissin' Country and the Edmonton Drive Home for.
There we go.
Here we go.
At least 6 or 7 years. He's now currently an Edmonton firefighter, proudly working with the boys at Hall number 24, Carter Scheetz.
That's pretty good.
That was good. Yeah, right on the spot too.
And now a girl like she said, "You're not going to give much information about me, are you?" So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like she might be in witness protection. We didn't find out for years.
Don't talk about me teaching. I'm like, well, that's what you do.
We can say she's a teacher.
We just can't say where.
Yeah, and like the
she teaches in Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan's having a moment because of Chapel Roan's new song.
She's got Saskatchewan in her song?
Chapel Roan has we know Chapel Roan from Pink Pony Club, but she has a new song called The Subway, and she says, it's a breakup song, and she says, if this feeling isn't gone in 4 months, F this city, I'm moving to Saskatchewan.
She says rhymes.
It because of the rhyme, and so Saskatchewan's like hype, and she promised to do a show there, so.
I'm glad she didn't use a word that rhymed with Regina.
Well, and she said she specifically thought it was funny that the capital city of Saskatchewan was Regina. So she was like, "This seems like a good song." She's no idea, but
she's just looking on a map for something that rhymes.
But Saskatchewan's finally getting its moment, so that's
a good backup plan too. Like, you're trying to get out of the limelight. Like,
go
to Saskatchewan.
She's going through a bad breakup. She wants to go sit in a field, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, awesome. Saskatchewan, shout out.
All right. Well, the only way we could get Carter here, and I think I've already blown it. Like spoiler alert, but. They announced on social media, and it's not, we've known for quite a while,
Yes.
I feel like we almost knew before they knew. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
This family doesn't keep a lot of secrets.
No, it was like 2 days later. It's like, here's my stick.
Yeah, we're on a Reddit thread. How early is too early? And like, okay, they're all wrong. These people are all wrong. We're going to tell them right now.
Well, it doesn't help when you when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
We talked about this, I think, a little bit, but I was traveling a lot for work with the team, and so I wasn't home. And the only way that I think we can not tell each other things as a family is if we're apart.
Right.
So I was like, as soon as I got home, then I couldn't lie. But it doesn't help when there's about 20 feet between the houses. There's not a lot of distance time to think about it.
Yeah, and my favorite part about that, obviously I'll never forget. Just like I'll never forget when you told us it was Christmas Eve. I'll never forget when these guys told us it was after a hockey game, a playoff game.
Yep.
And the Oilers won. And my favorite part was you weren't going to tell us if they lost, right?
We
Is that
had
true?
like all of these like backup plans. Like if this happens, then we do it. If this doesn't happen, we don't do
If
it.
Bouchard scores on the power play.
Literally, and all of the stars aligned, and we're like, okay, we're doing it.
The Oilers had
fun.
as with everything, it goes back to the Oilers.
Because
It always goes back
if the
to
Oilers
the
would have lost a playoff game, it would have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's no baby getting Chris out of that.
No.
I think the baby in general, before they're born, he's kind of like meh about it. It's
Yeah.
like pregnancy announcements are okay to you.
Yeah.
Now that Leona's here, you're much more
Oh
into
my gosh, yeah. No, at first I'm like I don't really believe it. And I almost don't believe it until it.
Well, it'd be like exactly like telling a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's a baby coming in 8 months. Like, okay, like how's a 5-year-old gonna handle a baby?
Only in 8 months.
8
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, but then like, look, there's a baby. Oh my, like it's right here. This is exciting. So that's what I had to tell my wife when she was
disappointed that I wasn't
with
that
the
excited.
reaction.
I was
Yeah.
I think it was also like after an Oilers playoff win, that's peak excitement for him. And so
Yes.
he's like, oh, another grandchild? Okay.
That is so not true.
We are truly so excited.
We are so
excited.
We're so
It
excited.
is
Yeah.
all that I really, besides like keeping my child alive and focusing on everything that I need to, it's like my favorite thing to think about.
Yeah.
I think that being a mom has been amazing, but being an aunt is really like what I feel like I'm gonna thrive. And you guys are so great with Leona that it is, and she needs someone to come in and humble her a little bit, I think.
And we need our kid to be tough, so hopefully she does that.
Yeah. And again, you're not finding out.
No.
Although it's weird because Helen doesn't want to find out. I call
But
her
Helen, we should. This is
call her
actually
Helen.
now
Hi,
that
I'm
we
Helen.
have Helen on the show,
Yeah.
we need to, because there has been multiple DMs of people being like, "Who is Helen? Does your brother have multiple wives?"
Did he get divorced?
Someone's like, "Where did Helen?" Also, like, it would be funny if your second wife's name was Helen. But
Yeah.
Helen and Lesslie are one and the same. Our family gives weird nicknames.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the nickname Helen?
I feel like it's weird if anyone calls me Leslie now.
Yeah.
It's
When
Like,
I
I'm
say-
like, oh, are
serious.
you mad at me? Like, what's going on?
when I say Leslie,
It feels weird.
everybody, even your mom calls you Helen,
Yeah.
right?
And I
And
feel
she named you Leslie.
one of my best friends that I went to university with, and now we teach together, which is so nice. She's like, "Do you want me to call you Helen? Like, what's happening?" I'm like, "No. Like, it's a family thing. It's good." And she's like, "Okay, you let me know." Like, and I'm like, "No, I'm not like changing my identity." Like,
Yeah.
Your pronouns are she, Helen.
Yeah.
Somehow it just works. Helen, it just works.
Yeah. So, and again, baby coming late January. Who knows? Carter came 6 weeks premature, so that would be right around Christmas.
knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But
No, exactly.
let it cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it cook.
Yep.
Let it cook.
Like a brisket.
I just want to say, you're now like getting into the real throes of pregnancy here. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I was a monster in my first trimester, and I cried, and I was just terrible to be around.
Confirmed.
No, terrible to be
you
around.
weren't.
No, I was so anxious. You guys have just been so chill.
It's so scary at the beginning, so it's so fair and especially like not every. Like, I've had a very easy pregnancy so far, and we're so lucky that way. Like, yeah, everything, we're very lucky.
And it's the strangest thing, too, because you've had an easier pregnancy. You're always assuming something's going wrong, which is the opposite of what you think you'd think. But you're like, I don't feel pregnant, so I'm not throwing up. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So, so you start to
Our
wonder.
ultrasound tech was like, I said that to her, and she was like, "Oh, most people would be grateful for that." I'm like, "Well, I am, but."
You said your ultrasound checker was pretty stoic, and they have to be stoic in that case, right? But you wanted more. You wanted more life out of that person.
Well, I'm just like, I was so.
Because you're having a once in a lifetime experience, not once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
but
it's a Tuesday morning for her, and we're like that. It would be so annoying on like you get people coming in just
On their
like
best days.
And
Yeah,
asking the most annoying questions.
yeah.
Like, I'm
Is that its nose? Like no, like it doesn't. Like that's not its
leg.
nose.
She's
Like
it doesn't have legs yet.
yeah.
Never mind.
If the ultrasound check cried with everyone, like that would be quite a day for them.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
must
you-
get that as a firefighter though. People being like asking you things, and your day to day is much. You're just like, this is my job, but to them it's like, well, the firefighters are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just get whatever your normal is. You just get used to it, right? So
Teaching
It's the
probably
worst
isn't.
day of their life, and you're just there.
yeah,
like
it's just
a
your
normal
day.
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
radio, I know it's the same thing.
yeah.
Pretty much the same idea.
Should we talk about the twins? The
Oh.
alleged twins at the very beginning?
She was
I
convinced.
guess to talk about
I don't know why,
ultrasounds.
because she peed on 2 sticks. She thought she had 2
No,
twins.
when you told us, it was actually the cutest thing.
I want to talk about that too. That's so fun.
You went and dressed Leona up in a
Mm.
little cousin crew sweater, and I thought that Carter came home from turkey hunting, and I thought he bought her a turkey outfit or was putting her in something, and I was like, guys, what are you doing? Because they just like took Leona away after again the Oilers win, and I was like, okay, what they got her a dumb outfit, which wouldn't be abnormal, but then she comes out in this cousin crew sweater, and we're all just like so excited and crying, and then one of the first things Lesslie says is, I think it's probably twins.
Oh, by the way.
Just so you know,
And then
I got
we're
a
like,
feeling.
do you have twins in your family?
No. No.
Then the best part is she started throwing around the word "we." Like we think, like at the ultrasound, like she's like, just before you start, like we think it's twins. I'm like, oh, good, I'm in this. She's like, oh, okay, like you have twins in the family? No, just like it's a hunch. I'm like,
I was so sure. Like people talk about that. You have the intuition. I was so sure we were having twins.
No.
But
Yeah.
no, just one.
Unless there's one hiding behind the other one.
You never know. Uncle Jerry says it's possible.
Anything.
yeah,
He says it's quite common, actually.
Shout out Uncle
would
Jerry. If I know Uncle Jerry this time of year, he's probably starting to pickle some cucumbers. That's probably what he's on the road with. I don't know if we've ever shouted out Uncle Jerry. I think we shouted out
we
Uncle
did with the rhubarb.
Auntie Donna.
We did because both of them. We did.
They are
we
Jerry
talked
Donna
about how it was
Samuel.
Jerry Donna, and they were listening to the podcast,
Right.
and we didn't know if Jerry or Donna were listening to the podcast. But
Because yeah, they're one person online.
Yeah.
But 2 people in real life.
but that's love.
yeah.
together.
That there is together. That's the definition.
And again, thinking ahead, because that's what I like to do with this stuff. Because I mean, pregnancy is
Yeah,
exciting.
you
but
just that journey for you. You're like, no.
I'm
I
a-
don't want to feel the baby kick on the stomach.
I don't.
No,
You
you're
didn't
just
even like ultrasounds before, Leona,
No, I thought they were like the dumbest
Creepy.
thing. Yeah.
but they're very cute.
But now I'm all over them.
Yeah.
Because of course then it
now
becomes.
you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, we will. For those that are not familiar with it, I think most listening, if you listen every week, you'd know that Carter and Helen live on the same property as us. So so technically, we're going to have a little yard ape, as we like to call him, rolling around in the yard, and that's going to be a challenge for Bailey because then Leona won't be as close. So there's going to be some serious FOMO.
Well, there already is. Leona aside, I have so much FOMO. People have asked me that, like
Yeah.
even in the DMs, like, "Wow, you live so far away. It's 23 minutes away."
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But it feels far when everybody's like having coffee together in the morning, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And
yeah,
I could hop in my Londonderry Dodge.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be. We might have to find a way to put a third home here. I don't know what's gonna happen because when
That's
that baby,
really what I was hoping to hear.
when that baby is here,
Yeah. And Leona will be saying, I want to go to the farm.
she
She'll be
already
talking.
Honey and Leona. It's their favorite place already on earth. Like,
I think that everybody's in except producer Renato.
Yeah, but we cut his mic because we needed them all today, so he can't have
Yeah,
his.
Okay, so let's have a vote.
Today he did tell
Everybody
me
with a mic vote.
we were driving
Let me
around
move.
in our Londonderry Dodge, and he did tell me the furthest out from the city I would live is like near your parents' house. So
Wow.
There we go.
Near.
But I will say, this family, we get together more often than any family I know.
even
so
yeah, the 20-minute drive is okay.
I feel like the 20-minute drive is okay.
In the Londonderry
Multiple
Dodge.
times a week. So
Yeah, how many times did we make that drive this weekend?
How many times did you
Yeah.
come to our house?
Yeah.
like 6.
Yeah. that's the actual
And that's
number.
not
Like
an
we're not making that up.
Yeah.
So, but it is nice to have a city house too.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
if we need to stay
It's
in
nice.
touch.
I like your
Yeah.
house. I just
Yeah.
don't
Place to
like...
park when we go downtown. Like,
Yes,
yeah, no,
you
there's a
guys
lot of
Uber.
yeah, we
Uber
Uber from
here.
there. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
pros.
No, there's
For
pros,
sure.
but not enough.
No.
No.
Not enough.
I think that once you get if you live close to one kid, it's like, okay, I think then it starts to get like culty, compoundy if it's everyone, then it's,
And what's the problem with that?
it would be easier for the podcast for sure.
Yeah, it would be way easier.
But not to get to Rogers Place 18 times a week.
Yeah,
Like I'm going to have to starting
you,
very,
fair.
very shortly.
That does make it, maybe, you know what, maybe we'll get Daryl Cates to build another rink out here.
We were talking
move
at
Rogers
the
Place.
by the church.
Field
in
of
Corn
Dreams.
Maze.
we were talking at the party, whenever that was, about how if you have 2 kids
Yeah.
that live in different places with grandkids, what would you do? How
Like,
would you
if
decide?
they lived a ways away. Like
yeah,
if,
how would you decide to spend your time? Like that would suck.
I do think a lot of people listening to this podcast are probably thinking
yeah.
20 minutes.
Oh my
like there are
gosh.
cross-continental families
Yeah.
here. And again, when you can drive, when you have the privilege of coming over 6 times a week,
Yeah.
6 times a weekend, then it's fine.
But I think you just, when you get something, you just want more of it, right? That's human nature.
I love having you guys all here so much because Carter and Lesslie, Helen, I don't know what to call her now. I'm like,
Helen.
is this formal? Carter and Helen live in our like childhood family home.
Right.
And I wasn't ready when you guys wanted to move out of it to let go of it. And so now I can just keep my stuff at their house. I still have my wedding dress is stored in your closet.
So
At
I
your
can try it
home.
on when I want.
Yeah.
Maybe the baby can. Dress up.
And yeah, Lesslie or Helen or whatever, wherever calling her today, she's always on Team Bailey too. So I'll be like, hey, like, have we considered telling her that the wedding dress has to go? And she's like, how dare you? Like, but yeah, I know, fair. For
We
sure.
can move it. We
For
can
sure,
move it.
yeah.
We
No,
took the
let's keep
wedding
it.
decorations.
Yeah.
That's one step.
And now I have an empty closet.
With,
So.
with
Yeah.
just some, you never have to move out of home if your family members keep living in.
Exactly.
But it is
Yeah.
so nice when we come here. It's
Yeah.
like everyone's here. It's a visit with everyone. We could go back and forth through the houses.
Yeah. And again, look at me bringing up my termination on Earth. But
Oh my God.
but now we, potentially, not potentially, we have the point is the goal of the compound is that at some point Carter and Helen get to be Karen and I's age, and then they slide into this house, and then whatever's going on there can have it, right? No?
Yeah, I guess. Like, you are so obsessed with that. Like,
We
it's like-
do not need to talk
Yeah.
about those plans.
But
and it's close to a hall for the funeral. Like, it's gonna like that's literally how you
This
like.
is where the procession is
Yeah,
gonna
like
go.
you make
No.
decisions based on dying. Like,
there's a place with fresh farm eggs down the road. They can make the egg salad for the funeral.
we would have moved, but it was just too many things going for the funeral.
I guess, I never think about it, but it does seem to bother my children when I talk
Yeah, we don't
Yes,
love it.
so maybe
which
stop.
you should be happy about because sometimes you say that we don't like you, but we don't want you to die.
Yeah.
No.
So that's good.
You,
good
yeah,
sign.
you guys all know that I'm worth more if I die before 62 than if I live past that age, so you're good.
We don't want that.
I know you don't, but anyway, it's just you
Depends on the day sometimes.
Oh, Helen.
we should
Kidding.
we should talk about that really quick. There's a I don't know, is it a foil? Are we like each other's foils?
Yeah.
Helen and I, we
You flip flop between protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah.
Depending on the day, but more
she has
commonly.
no problem trying to put me in my place. Like Renato is as mean as I am to him, he is usually on Team Chris. Like when I come up with
He
ideas,
does stand
he
by
is
you.
like my one supporter in this family. He really
Leona
is.
too.
Yeah, Leona and Chloe the dog. But Helen is the opposite. Like
Chris.
there'll be days, and again, I love it. But she will walk in, like you say, coffee for breakfast, and she'll walk in the house, and I'll be like, "What did I do?" Because I can tell she's angry at me, and I haven't even
That's
talked
not
yet.
true.
Yeah, it kind of is.
No,
I mean-
it's not.
I think we already gave Uncle Jerry a shout out, so now we can give Uncle Darcy one.
Yeah.
His quote is, "Don't make yourself such an easy target."
Yeah.
Sometimes she comes in and maybe she's looking for things, but it doesn't take long to find something. Like it's just like, okay, like I would like to fight with Chris, but I'll wait for him to do something. Bang, like instantly, there it is.
As Carter said, I'm always Team Bailey, but I'm always Team Care. And like
Yeah.
your sense of urgency sometimes, like there's certain things that drive me nuts, and I have to stand up for Care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
you
really
do
what it
make the
is.
reference quite often that Carter, you're like your dad that way. So you're probably, if you think you can fix
I
me,
sound like a devil.
if you think you could fix me, you could fix him. Maybe that's the
Yeah,
idea.
maybe.
I don't. This isn't
Hopefully.
there. This isn't like therapy. But I'm
No.
just.
People would like to know what I think that there was a question actually submitted at one point that was one they wanted you as a guest, and it was what is it like to enter into the Scheetz family?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
from the beginning. Was
Well,
it overwhelming?
So one of Carter and my first dates, like we were having a fire at our current home. And then all of a sudden, Chris and Care pull up, and he's like, oh God. And Chris sat down across the fire. And
Carter, again, it's not like there was like, you know, a row of women that came into his life.
Wow.
Tough. Wow.
But it's true.
I wasn't quite the lady killer my dad was.
I like to say Slayer.
Carter was selective with who we would get to meet.
He told us for years. He says, when I fall, I'm going to fall hard. And that's exactly what happened. But
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he did say that. But the fire, okay, so you're
time. I'm busy.
You're at the fire. I remember this fire. There's this quiet, adorable little thing sitting across the way. And
from that day we fought.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, I remember you say, and I was like shocked because I had always listened to Kissin'. I remember Carter's question, even, one of our, like, very beginning. I was like, Carter, what's your last name? I'm going to, like, put it in my phone. He was like, Scheetz. I'm like, oh my gosh, Carter's question. He's like, no. And so, like, very back. So then I'm, like, sitting across the fire from Chris, and I'm like, wow, like, I've listened to you forever. This is so cool. And then, like, instant, like, we're bullying each other from the beginning, and like I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. I think that to answer the question, like, obviously Care is like such an angel. I felt welcomed from the very beginning. Like, Carter and I moved in, and then once they started building this house, we moved into their basement. Like, I've always felt so welcome, and like, from the very beginning, like, we were family. So
I think Care, because people said once they found out that you guys were going to be living on the same property as us, there were some people that said, "Ooh, what's that going to be like with your daughter-in-law?" And Care said, "She's great, but if she turns, I'll turn." So
that's a fight that would be interesting.
Oh yeah, nobody fights with Care.
No.
It would be the most
I would never.
passive aggressive fight ever.
You can't fight with.
It would be the most passive.
There would be
aggressive
zero
fight.
reason to ever fight with Care.
Yeah.
She is my therapist. She's my hairdresser. She's my personal chef. She's like best friend. She's all the things. So
yeah, it's sweet. All right, let's talk about Carter's question. Because it did start one day many years ago. I think Carter was 3 or 4. I can't remember, but he was just little. And I decided a lot of people did these questions on the radio where they got 25% of women do this in the shower, and the answer would be shave their legs or whatever. And so I thought, well, let's do a different side of this. And I don't know why we didn't pick Bailey.
I didn't want to do it. I was old enough that, and I didn't sound as cute.
You could consent.
Yeah.
that was the difference.
Yes.
Why didn't we use Bailey? Oh, we tried. She said no.
I was old enough where I was like, no, this makes me nervous. Yeah. And I also was like, didn't sound cute enough. I feel like we probably air checked me and said, oh, she's getting a little too old. It's not like, hi, Dad. Like, it wasn't cute anymore.
We got to go younger. So we did. And so the very first day we did it, Carter, I got him to ask the question, whatever that question was. Man, I wish I still had that. I don't. But whatever the question was, and I said, all right, thanks, Carter. And he said, love you, Dad. I didn't tell him to say that. And I said, love you too, son. And that was it. And that was it. And then so it just became gigantic. And it wasn't about the question. It wasn't about winning a prize. It was just about this little guy and this dad saying they loved each other on the radio that made it as powerful as it was for all of those years. And man, like I said, it was the #1 show in Edmonton for like 5 or 6 years.
Because of Carter. Did he get any royalties from that?
No. But
not that I know of.
No, I'm hiding them. For when she turns.
Sounds like a zombie.
It turns.
Yeah, you were going to say something?
No, there's no royalties, but there were some perks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went on an Oiler road trip once, and we got on the bus with the Oilers. This was before Bailey did it for a job.
Yeah, Bailey's like, okay.
I do that every week. So.
His life was pretty sweet. And so was his sister's, and she didn't have to. But you helped him with questions.
I did. I would do some research.
Yeah.
He also got to sing on the stage.
At Big Valley.
Which is something that you would do now.
Which I'm pretty sure is why you brought me here today.
To
like
sing?
the baby, whatever, but I'm pretty sure I'm a musical guest.
He kind of was like, so am I doing the theme song? Or?
We talked about that before on this show. He is like tone deaf. Like he cannot hold a note.
No.
Are we sure?
Not can he?
Helen,
will he?
Can he sing? Like he serenades you, and it's like
please stop.
And he's such a good guitar player and very musical.
Yeah.
Has good taste in music.
Has great taste in music. We'll make a mean playlist. Like very musical.
Yeah.
Bailey and I can sing. Karen doesn't
don't really
sing.
know.
We don't
We
know. she might
never
be the
sang.
songbird of our generation.
Never
That would
sang
be
in
so
her
awesome.
life.
She's a young Anne
What a
Murray.
shame, though, that would be.
She's never sang in her life.
No.
One day.
We'll never
it's like,
know.
Yeah.
what? What? Who knew?
I would sing, but I use my hands too much. And
Yeah.
producer Randy said, "What am I not allowed to do?"
Move your extremities.
No, but what was
Or
the word he used?
gesticulate.
Gesticulate. Yeah, I gesticulate too much when I sing, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
not
he
do
says,
it.
don't gesticulate too much around the microphone and move your.
Appendage.
Well, no, and I was like,
Appendages.
gesticulate, and he's like, yeah, don't move. Was it upper appendages?
Yeah.
I'm like,
He likes to show off, like he
Yeah.
knows big words.
Well, I think it's when he gets in producer mode.
Oh.
He's like, this is my studio.
Yeah.
He's like a little bit nervous that
I think
the
it's all
other
the time.
he doesn't want the other Scheetzes.
watch your appendages in my studio.
He doesn't want the other Scheetzes to take over.
I-
He's like intimidated
He's-
because that's usually his seat.
He's got a degree.
And he's
I
just
do.
he just has to sit here and take it.
There you go.
I think that going back to Lesslie entering the family, I think that
Yeah.
that was like a moment when we met her where it was like, oh, this makes sense. Because, yeah, again, Carter would be like, we're like, are you going on dates? What's your deal? And he's just very secretive and we didn't meet anybody.
No.
And then when Helen,
There was one girl that swam to him on the boat.
that was when they were teenagers fishing.
What the heck?
Oh, don't bring up my exes.
Well, you're teenagers.
I just think that was the funniest thing. It's like, have you ever been in love enough to swim out to a guy in a boat without
When
a
he's
life
fishing.
jacket? And yeah, he's fishing, and then you just tread water there with your mom trying to get his number.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That's dedication.
It was like 6 months ago. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
When Helen entered the family, it was like, okay, now we're complete. Did it not feel like that?
yeah, no, yeah.
That's
She's
nice.
just made for life,
For sure.
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Well-
And now there's the baby coming, which is so exciting.
Unbelievable. And the thing is, we talk about Leona being 9'3". I was almost 10 pounds when I was born. Carter was 6 months premature, and he was like 6'4", 7 or something.
We've debated this, but they did say that if he went full term, he would have been 12 pounds.
What?
Mom told me that. Maybe that's just like a fake story.
So
but
and Helen is
Leslie,
is
if you're
wee.
not watching on
She's
YouTube,
wee.
she's a beautiful small blonde girl.
She's wee.
But
Yeah, this
she-
baby will literally be bigger than her inside of her.
yeah, Leona's getting there already.
The same ultrasound tech was like, "Whoa, baby has a big head," and I like looked at her concern. She's like, "No, not like nothing of concern." And I'm like,
That it is
and
a
then I look at
concern.
Carter like, "This is your
Yeah,
genetics."
that's what you
We
think.
can't talk about Sheetz head sizes 2 podcasts in a row.
No, it's
It'll
too
become
many.
too much of a thing. But yeah,
Yeah, they're big.
we are
heads.
worried for sure. I don't know.
I can't think. I'm
It's
not thinking
nature.
about it.
Figure.
It'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
they
if
always
not,
find a way
there's
out.
ways. There's
Yeah.
ways. There's
yeah.
extra.
Can't
you know,
save me forever.
no, doesn't necessarily have to. Yeah.
I'm interested in the transition from one grandkid in the family to 2 because
Mm-hmm.
Leona right now is we just came off her first birthday party. She
Yeah.
is just used to getting attention 24/7 at all
Yeah.
times.
She's an attention
Seeker.
Seeker.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for her to have some competition in that way, and maybe she can learn to be normal around other children as well.
Yeah.
Because she's
She just waves.
she's
and,
too much.
Yeah,
she's
she-
too much.
she'll-
She's going to teach this kid like all the best skills, like
Yeah.
waving and
She
blowing
loves her
kisses
bits.
All the best
and
skills like waving.
Clapping.
clapping.
Where
That's
would
it.
we be in life without
What's
waving?
this? What's that?
set the say
Yeah.
hi.
Saying mama and saying dada.
Yeah.
Auntie.
And what's this and what's that?
Gesticulate and all those fun words.
On the topic of babies, we did have a shout out that I wanted to give
Yeah.
from Kelsey. Kelsey sent us a message to Talking Sheets on Instagram, and she's a postpartum nurse at the Royal Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And Lesslie will find this out. You guys will find this out. But the people that take care of you after you have your baby are just like the most incredible people in the world. And she said that in honor of Leona's birthday, she wanted to share that she was on the unit when Leona was born, but wasn't caring for me. But a man came out very confused at one point in the middle of the night and said, "Can you help us turn off this light?" and she was like, "I know that man. That's Bailey Scheetz's husband." And so she recognized
Producer Randy.
Yeah,
That's so nice.
she recognized him, and then another nurse came and helped us, but she just wanted to let us know that she was there. So shout out to Kelsey and all of the nurses and people that work in that world, and the doctors and the care that you're
sure.
getting now. But was just very sweet. And I said, "Kelsey, I'm so sorry that we took your time away to help you turn off, to ask for a light. Like, these people are saving babies and wrapping babies and changing diapers, and
Angels on earth.
we couldn't figure
We
out
should have
how
called
turn
her
off
to
the
figure out
light.
the extension cord.
Kelsey, we couldn't
What is
figure
this
out the
buzzing
light.
sound and how
But
do we
it
get
was
rid of it?
It was a very nice message.
I guarantee you that there'll be at least one person when you deliver this baby, wherever you deliver this baby. We won't say because there'll be people waiting to see you there.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Taylor,
yeah.
like how we can't
Yeah.
say when
Yeah,
Taylor
I am
Swift's
Taylor
wedding
Swift
is.
But
after
I guarantee you there'll be the whispers will be Carter's questions having a baby here tonight.
The question is, what is the baby? What is its name? The
Yeah.
names.
Oh my
The
gosh. Are we
names.
going to start with that? I find it weird.
This is my favorite topic in the world.
Yeah.
Ask me if it's weird that they keep sharing all of the name choices. I think
We're not. We're not sharing. We're discussing.
I think
Everything here is by committee.
Yeah, we
I
told you
know.
when we were 2 days pregnant. Like, obviously, you're going to be involved in
also,
the names.
if we name it something you don't like, every single time you're gonna be like, "Ugh."
And to be fair, I did start that. When I was pregnant, we would throw names out there, and you were so harsh.
critical.
Yeah.
And
Literally.
Thumbs down,
to
going.
names that I like truly at the time loved and
Loved.
wanted to use.
Yeah.
So then we just zip lip nothing
I
after
like that
that.
better. Well, that's the
because
point.
it hurt my feelings so badly.
Well, I apologize for doing that, but I would have never had that opportunity if you would have just zipped it from the beginning.
I think that
I don't know.
we should share.
Here's my take though. We live so close. The baby will be over here probably every day.
Yeah.
If you have to say a name that you hate or Care hates, I don't really care if you hate it, but if Care hates it,
Yeah, this is all
that's
care.
not fair. Like it's a family.
I
Just
Also-
like my mom. If my mom hated the name, I would also not
yeah.
Yeah.
choose it.
If Karen and Verna hate the name, it's a bad name.
It's a bad name.
Yeah, they're like,
Shout out my mom. Hi,
Yeah.
Mom.
Have we considered
can't
like
doubt them.
Varen or Kurna? Like a combo
Mix
of
the
the
two
moms.
names together. That'd be nice.
Or Karen, Verna, Karen. If it's a girl, we don't know.
We don't know what
I
it is.
guess. I think whatever name when I went to the names,
Yeah.
I think that once the baby was born, I would
wouldn't
been,
have mattered.
It
We
wouldn't have
could've-
been.
we
It
could've
wouldn't have
fixed
been.
it.
So I
Yeah.
just I'm upset. I'm very upset that I affected. Though I'm glad you chose the name you did, but I'm very upset that I affected that, and I'm obviously we're affecting that too because. The problem with Scheetz is
Yeah,
it's a
it's
hard
tough.
name to put a first name in front
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that it just doesn't flow, right? Even
Yeah.
Chris Scheetz does not really work. I'm Christopher Scheetz, which makes sense.
Yeah, I think because it's been said so many times, you get used to it. But yeah, like the name Rhett is a nice name, but Rhett Sheets sounds like wet sheets, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that to a kid.
No.
When I played basketball, they called me Sweaty Sheets. It didn't matter what my name was.
Should we let Talking Sheets choose the name for the child?
Maybe we could have some suggestions.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, I love looking at them.
There's not really like name books like there used to be anymore. You
I
kind
was
of
debating ordering one off Amazon. They do.
there was
still
an
have-
app though.
There was an app. Yes. What's it called? The baby name.
yeah.
It's yellow and it has like a little white egg, and it's basically Tinder, where you and your partner can set up and swipe.
Right. When
And
the
that
names
was
come
so
by.
fun. And
And then if you
match.
both say yes, it's a match.
but do you
Yeah.
hook
Yeah.
the parents up to that?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
kept
we
trying.
all-
Where's the family
Do you
plan?
have to buy the
Where is the
expansion-
family
buy
plan?
the expansion pack?
You know what? Londonderry Dodge. Let's talk about them really
Yeah.
quick. I had a chance to meet the owner of Londonderry Dodge for the very first time. Bob Harms is his name, and he owns a number of dealerships and construction companies, and he's just a really great Edmonton story. And I met him at the Riverhawks game. I went to their final game of the year, and was part of a parade of champions.
Yes. We didn't come. And we felt so bad.
You didn't have to come, but anyway, Steve Hogle, one of the great guys at the Riverhawks, said, "Hey, Chris, we want to celebrate the fact that almost $80,000 has been raised for Alberta Dreams because of the Ferris wheel, and we're going to bring you with a bunch of other people, like my friend Brett Sake was there because he's in the world's longest hockey game and the world's longest baseball game, and one of the Plouffe sisters."
I don't know which one I was
tall
there,
one.
but yeah. The one who's good at basketball.
Yeah, she
They both
she
are.
threw the first pitch, and yeah,
Was it a rocket?
and
was
then
it a good pitch?
and then Cody.
Yeah.
Our buddy Cody, my new friend, who is seeing Jack, I guess is the best way of putting it, right? Like
Seeing.
I
yeah.
mean,
They're dating.
we all see
They
Jack.
hard launched.
I don't know if seeing is the right word. That's like an old school
Dating.
thing. But anyway, he's like a
Won
ninja
worldwide
champion.
ninja competition.
Championship, right?
Which is
So-
not a world I knew much about, but it is crazy.
No. So we all got out there and we did our thing before the game, and it was great. And the stands were full, and didn't work out that well because it ended up raining like crazy later on, and they had to have a rain delay, and then they ended up unfortunately losing the game. But they had an incredible season. They broke a record at the Riverhawks. Bob Harms was there with his son Jamie and their families. And Bob, I had a chance to shake his hand and say thank you. Because between LA Nissan, which I had a dealer agreement with for a number of years, and now Londonderry, we've had a chance to drive these beautiful vehicles. And I told him about Bailey, and I said we're going to do a shout out. So I hope Bob is listening, and he's probably going, "What is going on in this podcast?"
Yeah, there's a baby. Who
so
are these for?
confused.
Who's Helen?
But anyway, you love your Trailhawk.
We love it. This week was Leona's birthday party, and there was a lot of errands to be run
Yeah.
in terms of picking things up, and again, just driving all over the place.
Yeah.
It was just such a great vehicle to pop in and out of everywhere. It was great. Our Jeep Compass Trailhawk 2025. We
Yeah.
love it. We know it. It's the best.
Okay, and if Bob's listening, I guess you guys probably.
us
Yeah,
up,
Helen wouldn't mind a
A
3/4 ton Ram.
She
Maybe
would
a
look
diesel.
so
Yeah,
cute.
diesel would be good.
dually.
She's got a trailer.
You
yeah.
want to bring a baby home in
we-
the biggest truck you can
Yeah,
get.
safety for the baby.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we know how Matt feels. Poor Matt. We just see all these nice vehicles, and me and Helen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
our vehicles leave some to be desired, I guess.
Hey, but you do have Canadian Power Pack.
we do, yeah,
We are farmers.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are
solar
solar
farmers.
ranchers.
We
Solar-
are solar farmers. Bump, ba-dum, bump, 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 bump.
There you go.
That's not their jingle.
Maybe if you name your baby Londonderry, they'll give you a vehicle.
I kind of like it actually.
London,
Yeah.
London,
London's cute.
Dairy Sheets. That's
Dairy-
not bad.
I think this has been awesome. I would
Yeah,
say.
they're gonna have so many. People are gonna have so many more questions for them. So this is
Yeah.
not a. This is the baby announcement podcast, but it can't be the. I know it won't be the last time because
think?
people are gonna want to know way more. We
There
didn't
was-
get to the root of it.
What
I
was
didn't-
never
we
even got
didn't
to.
find-
I never got to sing.
We
Yeah.
didn't find out why Helen's in witness protection.
What's the root of it? Is
The
that,
root of it.
That's the root?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like the origin stories.
Okay.
There'll be more to come. Maybe we'll get
Nobody
Mom.
even asked me about my shirt.
I
didn't
did-
get.
I
I didn't
actually-
get to sing.
I actually did want to do a fit check
He's
because
got a
Yeah.
He's got a Garth Brooks shirt on.
yes, for
Yes.
people that are not watching on YouTube, he has this very very cool vintage black and white.
I changed.
For this, I
Yeah.
knew, I
Shout
actually
out New Life
I
Clothing.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
New Life Clothing.
You picked those clothes out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. You love that shirt.
I
Yeah,
do love that
it's
shirt.
awesome.
I'm just jealous.
And then-
Iconic.
Helen looks so cute. There's nothing cuter than a pregnant
Miss
woman
Rachel.
in Miss Rachel. There's nothing cuter than a pregnant woman in overalls. It's the ultimate
you know,
combo.
my take is, and it's awkward because it's my daughter-in-law, but there's nothing, I
Cuter.
think there's nothing more, I say even attractive.
oh,
Attractive.
pregnant
Pregnant women are the best. They are absolutely the best.
although I keep getting photos from this time, like this week last year, right before Leona was born.
Yeah.
My face was 5 times the size.
Well, there might be a point just before,
Yeah,
Just before.
but
just
right
before
now,
they're born, but I'm saying that there's kind of a sweet spot between 4 and 7 months.
she's glowing.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
about
that's kind.
question sheets as a name?
Question?
Question.
How about Quest?
Quest, like
Like
Quest,
Quest
love.
Love,
I
yeah.
like that. Quest sheets.
I don't mind
Quest
it.
sheet.
Quest,
yeah.
It's a little bit of a
It's a
mouthful.
mouthful. See, everything's a mouthful.
He's singing us off. Do you want to sing
Yeah,
for
here we go.
us?
How does
No,
it
no.
Let her proud.
Don't make him sing.
No, I don't want to
you
dance
made
either.
You can't gesticulate.
All right. Baby Sheets coming next year. Thank you for joining
We're
us.
so excited. Thank you.
We'll let a pro sing.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking sheets.